I'm repairing for my last lap. Wish me luck. Things did not go well. There's no DNF timer, right?
Hope not.
Holy fuck, the locals want me.
No, sit off the third place, son.
Hey, firm. Should have just gone wide and taken the sidewalk. I'll take a 511.
Y'all had a rough goes. Like, you got fucked over by locals, you got fucked over by non-locals, you almost got fucked over by PD on that last lap road.
You talking about the Premier Unpopular?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Frost.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I was clinching for you in some of those moments.
Yeah.
It was so rough. You know what, though? For a car that I'm not kidding, I've driven less than 5 times ever. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's
I'll
sort of where
take
my
it.
mind was at. I think I did a 511.4.
I will
Hey, I'll take a
it.
512.
I think all 3 of us did it on our last lap. We lucked out
Yeah,
our
I mean,
last
none of
lap.
my priors were gonna be good because I knew if it wasn't gonna, you know, time decently, I might as well just ruin it entirely. But it also meant that like all of my times are gonna be way off.
Yeah. I like how every time you stopped to repair, you stopped earlier in the track.
Yeah,
you gotta
it's
get
true.
that flow of the last few
the
corners.
first time I did it literally right before the first thing. I was like, listen, this is the strategy from when Soze used to do time trials way back
Yep.
when. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it then. And then I was like, wait, I could have had more time
to get more speed.
or more
momentum.
speed, yeah. And then did you almost get fucked by whatever pursuit was happening? Oh, yeah, let me
Huh?
give you the thing back.
No, I don't think I did. Locals
you
just seem
got-
to.
Oh,
do
I
things.
got 2 timed in a single lap pretty much. Well, I dodged one and struck a buffalo, a BCSO buffalo that was heading, I think, north on, was it Elgin?
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen that.
Elgin and Meteor at that bend. I think it was a
Yep.
premiere.
You went around the center island there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, this my luck.
Hey guys, Dark's around you. I don't want to promote him to senior.
Listen, for sake of you know, not wanting to be biased, I don't know that I should do it.
No, I was a half Fisher and Davenport do it.
I'm down. I'll be there. I'll be present. How about we use the chief's office? I don't know if y'all have been in there yet, but it's it's lovely.
Okay.
I did take a peek. If
Yeah.
you guys want to, if you guys think. I mean, it's for me. I know Dark.
Well,
is
I
good.
actually, okay, so here's the thing. I haven't, Richard and I haven't spoken much about him being in the LSPD since his forced transfer. For context, I hired him in the BCSO, and then Frost told me, yeah, I spoke with Pred. You guys are taking him. I don't know how that was conveyed to him, so I guess
I'm
we'll
not
find
fucking
out.
complaining about it, man. I'm happy.
I guess we'll find out. Listen, if they want to put their foot in their mouth, that's on them.
Yeah,
We need to get these repaired, don't we?
You might have to.
Yeah.
I didn't have to get mine repaired. The one that I used was still like high 90s when I was done with it.
We can do the. Actually, let me see.
We get those repaired and refueled.
All right, I'll swing by Mirror Park to refuel at minimum. But let me see what this is looking.
This
Like-
definitely needs one across.
It's like low mid 90s.
I'll just get Junior to meet us there.
Oh, perfect.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna refuel. I'll be at Mission Row. Appreciate that. Cat, do you guys remember when I had...
Wait, mission right now.
Hey, Ethan.
All right, coughing fit. When I had Sunny as a contact, and it was actually Flop, but we were told not to put him as Flop, and then Sunny called, and we thought it was the Sunny we just twatted, instead of Flop. Does anyone know if Sunny is actually applied?
Doesn't ring a bell.
No idea, but that name rings a bell.
A firm. Guy Pumpkin Mask, typically, I believe. Doesn't he always have a backpack? He wasn't... I mean, he was caught up in, like, crime stuff here and there, but nothing, like, crazy. That I recall, at least.
Yeah, I thought it was...
Sorry.
Wasn't there a woman that was...
Oh, what's going on here?
Used to be a cop by the name of Sunny?
I don't recall.
What about Sunny?
Remember Malachi?
Yes, I do.
She sounded a lot like someone that used to hang around him. Her name was Sunny. Because I know he used to come and repair a car occasionally.
Hmm.
You talking about Sunny Moonstar? We just got out of
No.
like a 2-hour bench trial with him.
Oh. How'd that go?
Guilty on all charges.
So he's not applying?
What's that?
Was it any felonies?
Yeah.
Okay, so then he was joking when he said applying to LSPD.
Probably. Yes.
Does he still wear a pumpkin mask?
He does.
Does he also have a
We updated
backpack?
His, I don't remember. I don't think so. He wasn't wearing one today. We updated his profile picture.
Oh,
But
I
we
like the
got one
side by
with him
side.
without the mask. Yeah.
Anyone?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you silly goose.
What's up?
Yeah, I did that.
Wait, did...
You just popped her class 2 outside the cash exchange.
I did.
Ooh.
Silly
I did that shit
goose.
and I instantly put it away. Yeah. I mean, I can give you an excuse. I'm not going to because it's not going to help, but I did that shit.
Just keeping the barrel warm.
Getting
Did
the
anyone-
cold shot done.
Did anyone get hurt?
Nope, except for the rubbish bag that was out the front.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
hate
Was,
sanitation.
was,
is
was
what
the
I hear.
hostage harmed as a result of any perceived threat from the hostage takers?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Oh, Dad, don't let it happen again.
Yeah.
You've been spoken to.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
The ass chief has
You meant-
spoken.
Both these.
Yes, we have.
Where is?
Do you need me to write up a senior report for it?
No. I'm
Okay.
fine.
Hmm. Where's Maple?
I'm not sure.
At the cash exchange.
Do they have enough units? I haven't looked.
I think so. They said they had 6 earlier.
I'm gonna
So I
head
need to go and
inside.
take a quick nap.
I'm gonna head inside real quick. All right, this is locked, and that's locked. All right, I'll be right back.
I'm going 42.
Have a good one.
Good night.
Honey,
Hey, honey.
so good that you're here. We need to talk.
Come over here. I need to see if there've been. Okay, nope. I mean, you can check. That's all Peter's old stuff.
You need to get this decorated.
Yeah, but you see the lighting in the room or the lack thereof? It seems to be inconsistent.
It's nice and it's bright. It's nice.
Huh?
There's lights here, over there. There's a lamp. There's so much lighting in here, honey. It's bright. You got your glasses? Is it your sunglasses?
Oh, you know what? That might be it.
Is that better?
A little. Let's go into the newly decorated office.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Do. Honey, why are you walking like that?
We gotta have words.
Okay. Yeah, we can have words.
The fuck happened in here? What the fuck?
What do you expect?
Where did he get these from?
Oh, this is Pred's office.
Well, yeah, I know that, but where did he get them from?
I wish I knew.
Oh my god.
I am not gonna ask questions. Listen, the casino's been closed. It's not like he could have took it from there.
You don't know that.
So hi, I love you, and I'm
You
so
can't stop
glad.
like that. You can't stop like that. You're
I'm
trying to sandwich
so
me.
glad you joined the LSPD.
You're love bombing me, and it's not going to work.
Well,
I found out that you were going to be the assistant chief from Brett, and then from the sheriff, and then from everybody else instead of you.
honey, I walked into a meeting fully clothed as a BCSO lieutenant where everyone congratulated me on my position. And the only conversation I had had with Pred was maybe 16 hours prior saying I'd consider. But he apparently told everyone that I said yes and started telling everyone that I was the assistant chief.
Of course he did that. Of
Yeah.
course he did.
Yeah.
This is you.
Wait, then why are you surprised?
Because you said you didn't want to be high command anymore. You said that wasn't for you. That was the old man.
Wait, repeat that?
You're gonna be so stressed, honey.
No, no, no.
You've told
No.
that command for how long now? 18 months?
Yeah, but honey, I don't know if I ever told you directly. And maybe if I didn't, it's probably because I wouldn't have wanted to give you a heart attack. But the only time I wanted to ever consider command or high command was under Pred.
Oh. Oh,
I
you
mean-
sure?
I mean, honey, think about the good old days where you were made IA, but then immediately turned to Pred, and then any teeth you had were kind of. In better
Don't
news,
jinx
there's
it.
legislation
Don't
to
jinx it.
there's legislation to ACR and impeach. If things go bad, but then I won't be the assistant chief.
Yeah, I know. Listen, all I care about is that this is what you want, and being forced into it. But it sounds like you are. But are you sure? Why don't you just quit?
No, no. Why would I do that?
So you want to be the ass chief?
Yes, under Pred, I want to be ass chief. Yes.
Okay, that's all I care about. I just want to make sure you know.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because a lot of people don't realize this, but there's different types of leaders, right? And I think Turner did a phenomenal job in setting a phenomenal foundation for the department, right? Do I think that Turner should have been removed from his position? No. Would have loved to have seen him continue. However, I do think that, after Turner has set that solid foundation, the department sort of enters this new cycle of life, and it needs a new leader that's got different qualities about him. And if there's something that Pred is good at, it's getting shit done. Maybe not in the most ideal or typical way, but he's loud. He's gonna own everything that he said. Well, within reason, he'll own stuff that he said. He's probably gonna do things and toe the line. In fact, he's probably gonna rub his balls all over the line. But he's gonna push the department forward.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just making. Listen, I'm on board if you're on board. I was kind
honey,
of forcibly on board, so I couldn't even have a choice.
Yeah, can you explain what happened? Because I was told, in a brief conversation with Frost, also your husband. I had a conversation with your husband. He's LSPD now. What happened?
Do you know how he told me to speak to Frost because he wanted to?
Yeah,
I was a PPO.
Yeah, because you're a PPO. Mm-hmm.
It'd been like a week or whatever, so I came around late one night and I came on duty. I was up at BCSO and I tried to call him. He didn't pick up. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then I look at the announcements and I see Kyle Pred, Chief of Police. So I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I call Pred up to interrogate him on how he, who he paid off, that kind of thing. And he tells me, you're LSPD now. You're mine. I own you. The typical Pred speech. I didn't believe it. Anyway, I emailed the sheriff. I get a meeting set up for like 9:30. The sheriff turns up at 10:30. So I'm waiting an hour, and then we have this meeting. He's like, I'm sorry to have this conversation, blah blah blah. But then he says, Doc, the only reason I hired you was for your husband. And,
He didn't hire you. I did.
Okay, well, maybe he said that the only reason he allowed me to be hired was for you. He kept throwing the word emotional around regarding the situation.
Wait, who was emotional?
I think he was implying that you were emotional. I said that you have met my husband, but he said, it's just he doesn't mean emotional. He said, I don't mean emotional like crying or whatever. It's like when you go and buy a new car and you're like really emotional about it. That's what he said there.
No, I mean, listen, I was a little upset at the whole like you having to be a PPO, and I made that clear to him. But then he mentioned the Darkstone stuff and this and that and the marshals and private reports and this, and I don't fucking know. So I was like, listen, all right, Richard's probably not even gonna care at the end of the day. So sure, I'll make the concession of he comes in as a PPO. But if he were to tell me in that moment, then and there, no, you can't hire your husband, he would have heard, I quit. I don't want to transfer. I quit, and I will get hired in the LSPD separately. I'm sorry, go on.
I appreciate that, honey. I appreciate that. I appreciate you backing me up. But yeah, he basically just said, if it wasn't for your husband, I wouldn't have hired you because I don't, because of the whole situation with the marshals, I don't. He basically said, it was bad for the. If I was to be hired, it would be baggage for the BCSO because of everything.
Ow.
And I explained that I wasn't involved at all, and he was like, "Yeah, I believe you. This, and that. You're a nice guy. This, and that." And then basically said, "Yeah, I wouldn't have hired you in the first place if Rhodes wasn't around and didn't ask for you or whatever." So I was like, "Fine, whatever, And yeah, that happened, and so I guess I got transferred with you as a package deal because I guess he had a meeting with Pred already. But then Pred said that in that meeting, Frost was like, "Yeah, I don't want Doc. I didn't want him in the first place. Please take him." Whereas Frost posed it as, I made sure to get a job with the chief for you. Like he was a nice guy. Yeah.
Who do you believe more?
Surprisingly, Pred, because the next day we were in a meeting in here with the sheriff and the chief, and the sheriff, he just threw out like a line of like, what's Doc done in the past 6 months anyway? Nothing. And I was like, what the fuck? Where's this hostility coming from? So I called him out on it.
Wait, who said that?
Frost.
Why?
I don't know. I generally have no clue.
Huh.
Oh, and I called him out. You said that that you were emotional about me hiring me. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. It's almost like you put Brian, your husband, as a captain, and then he was like quiet for like 20 seconds. Yeah, so that happened.
Hold up, wait. You want to know the craziest thing about that?
Well,
the whole intention and purpose of the restructure was to get rid of clicks. And they and the person at the top,
I his husband, yeah.
Honey, between us, I would also want you to be,
What did you just do?
a captain.
I wouldn't want to be a captain.
I know. I know. I'm just saying. I would like to see that one day. Like, I know you're capable.
Yeah, but if I was like in the same, if you were the sheriff and you were like, I want to make you captain, I'd be like, no thanks. I want to be promoted on my own merits and not have the visual of I'm being promoted because I'm your husband. You know what I mean? But I don't think Brian cares about that. I think Brian just wants the power of it.
What's your stance on Brian?
My stance on Brian.
Yeah.
I think he's a coward.
Ooh.
You don't remember when after the whole Sanguine thing where he quit before we could fire him? Mid panel? You were, I don't know whether he,
no, I don't recall. No, I don't recall.
This is after the whole EMS bombing thing. we were having a high command panel and we were reviewing his employment status, and we were all about to fire him. And we were discussing while he was at the room, and then he said, "I quit" on Twitter and never came back. So,
Damn.
yeah. But anyway, enough of the negative stuff. How you feeling? Are you excited?
Yeah, very excited. I've been a little under the weather. As
are you
of
feeling better?
I am very much
Okay,
so,
good.
feeling a lot better, which is nice. I am probably gonna be doing honey, you're probably not gonna see me at home all that much because I'm probably gonna be, doing a bit of shift 3, some shift 1, and then, clocking off duty, and then
I was
might
gonna
swing
say,
by
don't go
for
shift
some
2.
shift 2. Huh?
Honey, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
Why is it a bad idea?
You know what happens out there. It's a jungle. It's the
I know.
wild.
I've done it already, and it's all 78 calls.
Yeah. Carmine got me shot the other day.
He did what?
So Pred was talking to me about detective stuff, and I'm obviously down to investigate and all that kind of stuff. So he was talking to me about that, and he mentioned Carmine, and he said, "Yeah, we're gonna do this thing where we partner you up with somebody, like partner detectives up." And he said Carmine's gonna be your partner. So I'm like, okay, fantastic. Anyway, we're down at Little Soul. We're investigating a helicopter on the roof. And of course, Carmine being Carmine, he doesn't even have to say anything bad. His aura induces violence.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then he gets in a fight with Miguel on the roof, and we're running out of there. We're about to get in the car and flee the scene. But he decides to pull out a taser and comes round the corner with a taser. So it looks like a gun. And so Miguel fucking blasts us with a shotgun, and we get shot for construction site. And now he's a captain. Captain Carmine.
Yeah, he did kind of imply to me that he was going to try to bully you with, now that he's above you in rank. I don't know, but the thing is, I outrank him, so I will make it very clear to him that you're off limits. And let me just quickly reference his most recent work as a captain.
What is it?
Honey, I don't want to leak anything to you.
Was it command stuff?
Yeah, it is a command report. I'm just gonna read this to myself. Took Marcus Wade's motor, sir, and gave him one dap till he swallows the pill that I'm his boss now. Huh.
What'd you say, honey?
Huh?
Nothing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. What's your okay? So I noticed that we've got Captain Jeb, right? Then we've got Captain Carmine. We've got Lieutenant Peach. If I may, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a minute. I think all of those people. I mean, Carmine's a bit of a he's a bit of a roll of the dice because I think he can lock in, but let's be honest, it's Carmine.
Right.
I mean, if I'm looking at that from a what's the word that I want to be critical, if we're trying to build a good department here, I think all those guys are fantastic and they're very good for what I would say cultural leadership, right? They're the right people to pick if you want to build a very certain and different type of police department than what we've had before, which is good.
I'm sorry. Did you rename Carmine in that list?
No.
Okay, thank God. Continue.
So what I'm worried about, not necessarily worried, it's just I want your opinion on it. Is these new promotions are very much leaning towards that cultural side of things, whereas they're not the people I would typically see as shift-wide leadership, if you know what I mean. What is that a concern? Is that have we got other people to fill the gaps where they might miss out or lack the experience in that kind of leadership? What's the plan there? And again, I'm not complaining.
No.
I'm
You
interested in
you do bring up valid concerns. Well, number one, those things happened in shift 1 and 2 while I was mostly MIA. Okay, honey, as you know, I've been having some problems.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Now, in saying that, at the end of the day, the people who were chosen primarily by Pred. However, despite that, I would have backed it regardless. And in fact, there are likely going to be some non-favorable things happening here in the near future for some who are not going to enjoy what's going to happen.
Talking demotions.
Yeah, probably.
That's normal.
Yeah, but it's never perceived well.
No.
The reality is, Pred is coming in with a sort of blank canvas. So it's not surprising that he's immediately going to default primarily to people that he knows and can trust. But the other reality with Pred is if whoever's in that position isn't going to fulfill those roles or duties, he'll replace them. And do you know why I'm confident on that?
Why?
Because Pred's lazy and he doesn't want to do it himself, which means he
Bro.
has to replace them. Because if he doesn't do it, then he's gonna be the one who ends up, sort of feeling the repercussions. I mean, yeah, there's me as a stopgap, sure, but like out of shift mostly. The other thing that was brought up to me was the current command/high command structure. It's a little wonky right now.
Yeah, what's a commander?
Under me.
Okay, so it's so it's like above a captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the amount of captains we have in shift 1 is a little crazy.
How many? Oh wait, Carmine, Jeb, who else? Oxby. Who else?
Well, Oxby would be 2.
Oh, is he 2?
I believe he's 2. Maxwell and Trigg.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen Trigg in ages. So.
Yeah, I don't anticipate him holding the position. As from my understanding, he hasn't been around. Maxwell has been around, but again, Pred and I were supposed to continue discussing command structure until a 78 call. So, and then I got shot alongside Jenna.
I guess there's way too many captains. And...
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. The department was in a weird spot, considering when Ruby was interim.
We need King.
King, from my understanding, doesn't want the position.
No, I'm joking.
Well, I had a conversation with him, and he was actually expressing interest in transferring to BCSO, and
he's not transferring anymore.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, I heard him say it because he was speaking to, I don't know, he was speaking to Damport or somebody, but he said because of you being the ass chief and Pred being the chief, he's not going to transfer anymore.
Oh, well, I had a conversation with him, asked him to, reconsider, but I ultimately, whatever he deems is his best choice, I fully support. And so I'm glad he chose to stay. Again, my schedule as of recent has been very hit or miss, but yeah, he doesn't. When we spoke, he didn't want to even remain lieutenant. I believe he was more interested in a sergeant role. So we'll see how all of that goes. See how all that goes. I mean, he's obviously incredibly capable, very talented in literally every aspect of the fucking job.
If you don't want it, then you don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, no different than when I continuously shot down command over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, the mayor actually asked me if he actually told me that I should run for mayor.
Huh?
Honey, can you guess what my response to him was?
No.
I would rather double fist myself.
That's yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my typical response to command or high command offers. I did let him know. I will say this though about the mayor. I haven't had many encounters with him in the past. In fact, one of the few was when I was working at the kebab shop, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but long story short, people came in with guns. He was in like a small group of people, and I think they were gonna try to take him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm part of the mayor's office or something," and they ended up picking someone else. And I just never necessarily got the right vibe. But then additionally, because he was kind of Nino's, like, I mean, the city's attorney, sure, but then perceived as like, you know, the paperwork pusher, and his signature being attached to all of the stupid, you know, I shouldn't say stupid, but some of the like vindictive legislation, like anytime you pull I don't even know if this is the case anymore, but anytime you pull someone over, you have to document the stop.
Oh my god!
Stuff.
I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Yeah, I tried looking for it and I couldn't find it, but like, I'm assuming he had, you know, all of that. Additionally, I did ask him yesterday. I said, question. You know, despite what the norms have become, like, based on how, sorry, before I lose track, the Constitution did change. The portion, I don't know if I ever read it to you, but the one that just said Santos instead of Los Santos, that was changed per directive of the state. So that's now fixed, thankfully. So I brought that up, and then that led me to my question for him, which was, you know, based upon how the Constitution is written, do you think that mayors have the ability to fire? And I'm assuming it was the lawyer part of him that sort of answered, because it wasn't a yes or a no. It was, what's your state ID, followed by sharing a, I'm assuming, document that is going to end up being, let's see, Los Santos County Police Chief Appointment and Tenure Act. Where essentially the mayor still appoints the chief, but once appointed, the chief gets at least 6 months in the job for the stability, or for stability, with specific thresholds for removal prior to the minimum service time. Chiefs can only be removed early if they resign, commit crimes, or fail their duties in a serious, documented way as determined by a neutral third party. This ensures the LSPD's leadership consistency no matter how often mayors change.
Wow.
So this was actually given, or not given, but this was something that I believe Peters directed him to push for. I didn't read every aspect of it, but obviously this is certainly a push in the right direction. I mean, listen, let's not pretend that, you know, we didn't sit there and have, you know, fuck you, Mr. Roselle moments. Speaking with him, he seemed fine, seemed very receptive, but I also don't know if that's because he's on his way out and he has zero desire to go for mayor again. He made it clear he's not running again. Has no desire to, and so again, I don't know if that's the reason. He's this way now. I don't know.
Fred forced me into a meeting with him, like the first day I was hired and stuff, and he's acting strangely nice, you know, compared to how he was treating me before. It's very strange. It's almost like now that I'm not opposition to him, he's like, oh, yeah, Doc's all right, you know. Very strange.
Well, is
Very,
it that,
very
or is
strange.
it you're no longer a marshal?
That's what I mean. Like, I think it might just be that I'm no longer in opposition to the things he's doing, so he doesn't care about me anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that could definitely be the case.
Which is a very like politician thing, but I don't know. Don't bother me. I'm just keeping my head down, or at least trying to. And then I picked up a motor the other day, so maybe not too much down.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, honestly, that don't sound too. That sounds like a compromise. You know, like you know, we were talking about writing something up to completely change it and how it's done, and not have the mayor appoint. But this seems like a middle ground where the mayor does appoint, but it's much harder. Like they can't remove them unless there's like a good enough reason. Which is it's a decent middle ground. I just, you know, is that something you want, or do you want to go full on?
I think that is how it is intended to be. Okay, let me give you a hypothetical. Let's just go back to the first appointed chief of police, right? I don't even recall who it was, but let's just throw out. We won't even throw names. We'll just say titles. The mayor appointed. That was under Max, wasn't it?
Someone's knocking. Right.
Huh? What?
Someone's knocking at the door.
Oh.
Ding dong.
Oh. Come on in.
Hello.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It's fantastic. Okay.
Like the back room of a dodgy poker room.
Feel free to take a seat.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Like we're in a
who's dealing?
Oh no!
How do I sit down in this fucking chair? Oh.
No one's dealing. We're just talking. I guess I'm dealing. It's me. Okay, so, honey, regardless of who it was, right? First mayor, gets, voted in. They pick whoever is chief of police, right?
Yeah.
Let's assume halfway through that term, the mayor decides, I want someone new. And they had spoken with the chief of police and said, hey, I would like to replace you with someone new. So I am going to ask that you step down. And then I will, appoint someone, right? That would be okay because they're requesting that the person step down. And if they agree, which in my opinion, Turner would have agreed, right? In the current day situation, he would have agreed, in my opinion, based on how Turner is as a person, right? Like he's not a very confrontational. But the thing is, that would be okay because there would then exist a technical vacancy that they are immediately filling, right? Like they're preemptively filling it essentially. But the thing is, we don't know how any of the prior ones are structured for either the North or South, for sheriff or chief, right? So there could have been some that were perfectly legal and others that were not. But my whole thought process, based upon, as I've said a gazillion times, is they can appoint, but only in the event of a vacancy. However, anybody, a normal citizen, can ACR/impeach as long as they have enough signatures or enough money, right? Same thing with any legislative authority, the DOJ, all of them can do so. And if the accused stuff is egregious enough, they get removed from their position. That would then create a vacancy. So the system technically exists right now, but unfortunately it's fragmented because the Constitution says one thing, which is they can appoint, doesn't state they can fire, but the ACR and impeachment legislation does technically cover that portion.
Yeah.
So that's been my thought process. I think every department would be more successful if we went down that route. But again, it all depends on if people are going to contest it to actually put it in front of judges for there to be an official determination on it.
Yeah, but are you if Michael pushed this, would you be like happy with it?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a I mean, I didn't. Okay, so it does say grounds for removal, a mutual agreement between the chief and the mayor, right? Which is a vacancy. They're stepping down. Conviction of the chief of police of a felonious criminal offense. Obviously, ACR and impeachment, same route. Documented failure to perform duties as determined by an impeachment or authority conduct review proceeding, or a disciplinary process overseen by DOJ as a neutral third party. So, ACR, pretty much
yeah.
for lack of a better term. Or the last one is an LOA. Should the chief of police take an LOA lasting less than 2 weeks, the assistant chief is to assume the role. Should the chief of police take an LOA lasting between 2 to 4 weeks, an interim chief is to be appointed. And more than 4, they forfeit their position, and the appointment process starts again.
That's pretty good, then.
Yeah. The thing is, again, all of the grounds for removal are vacancy, ACR. Right?
Yeah.
Because even on an LOA, at the end of the day, like unfortunate, but dereliction of duty.
Yeah.
So it does exist, just not clearly as defined as this. So I think them pushing this would be nice. King, for context, had a brief conversation with the mayor alongside Pred and a few others yesterday, and it seems that they might be pushing for legislation to allow the appointed chief of police to last a minimum fixed term of 6 months, which is drastically better.
Way better. Way better.
Honey, you good?
I'm just testing the blackjack. He's got real cards here. It's nice.
Why'd
Guys
you
could
roll
have, like-
dice for blackjack?
No, that was my card. I pulled a
Bizarre, Richard.
9. I pulled a 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could be like command, poker nights and shit in here. This could be quite good for
Okay.
morale.
Honey, this gonna be a dumb question.
What's that?
What would a king have been?
A 10.
What would a jack have?
10.
I know, but like,
all face cards are 10. Shit. And then an ace is an 11 or a 1. You played blackjack before, honey. Come on.
not that way.
Just need to meditate for 1 second.
Wow. If only the casino was open, we'd lose Pred to it. We really would, though.
Good news. We don't have to worry about him embezzling funds to gamble at the casino because it's not open.
Oh, he'll find a way. There has been underground casinos, honey. There has been.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Full disclosure, from my understanding, he's going to sue the state because of his jetpack.
Oh my god. He should have got something in return for that. The marshals, because Wise had the jetpack, and Wise got the option as a reimbursement.
Honey,
from the state.
I've already told him, and he slammed on the desk and said, "I didn't buy that. I bought a jetpack."
He admitted to me, by the way. He admitted he embezzled money.
Are you surprised?
No, but what he's still doing the Pred thing. Like just the other day, we were in this office on the sofa, and I was like, yeah, Doc, why wouldn't you want Pred? Or somebody asked, why wouldn't you want Pred to be the chief? And I was like, you know, he embezzled money from the state. And he was like, no, I didn't. And then I was like, you told me you did. And then he started laughing. But he still just tries to lie his way, you know, until he gets caught up. And even when he does get caught up, he carries on.
Oh, honey, I want to run an ethics thing by you.
Okay, yeah.
Those firearms that we have, those SMGs, those shotguns.
Oh,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Well, no. So there was something that was brought up to me, that I was unaware of. That being that they are all inscribed with, Darkstone Mercenary or Mercenaries. King is
That's right. Looks sick.
Wait, is it actually got like a logo on the side? I didn't even know. Oh my god, okay. Right.
Would you say that that's like a big disqualifier for PD use?
For PD equipment? I mean, didn't we have CPD guns back in the day?
I mean, yeah, but
a
like,
gun is a gun, you know.
I think
so here's the thing. Here's the thing. I did what I normally do. You know, I got on the good old Gurgle and I defined mercenary. And all it says is primarily concerned with making money at the expense of ethics.
Oh.
Now that could go. Here's the thing. It doesn't have to be a big expense at ethics, you know? Like,
yeah, that's true.
The expense of ethics here is, I think, just having the word mercenary in the name.
Thank God it's over 30 days ago now. I was worried about that.
Yeah, I think I've spoken to Gunner, but obviously I was technically the director, but I was on LOA. Gunner was handling everything. From what I know, there was a deal with the PD and Darkstone was supplying the PD with these weapons. There was a transport, and the reason this is all blown up is because during the transport, it was like fucking World War III out there, and the mayor's office and the DOJ weren't happy that there wasn't communication from those transporting these weapons about the potential counterattack from the faceless. And it happened. So the mayor's office and DOJ got pissy about it.
I don't blame them.
I don't either.
It like a helicopter battle over the city. I was dropping helicopters on fire, like on buildings.
Oh my god! Okay.
You know.
Yeah. And then I think it might be New King or somebody said that the DOJ started talking about weapons trafficking, shit like this.
Yeah.
And,
they did.
And there's I get it to one extent, but to call it weapons trafficking, is I think a bit of a stretch. I'll be honest. And it has been more than 30 days, and nothing's happened. So
I'd love to see him try and charge somebody with that. I'd love it.
Free and clear.
Me too. So in my opinion, at this point, we've got weapons that are been provided to the PD. It hasn't been proved to be illegal. I would say you might as well just use them at this point. You know.
Oh. Yes.
So
well, hold on. I'm just an officer. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but you got it's a big opinion.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was of the exact same mindset. The only thing, again, I was unaware of was the sort of inscription or whatever on the firearm that says Darkstone Mercenaries or whatever. And that's for me, like, that'd be like us driving a car that said, like, I don't know, provided by the local fucking hitmen, you know? Like, it's not okay.
I mean, I get that, but Darkstone, don't get me wrong, they've been tied up in some stuff recently when it comes to, again, big miscommunication between everybody involved. I think it was like Gunner deputized them to assist with the marshal thing, and then Brian arrested them because they were doing things that like a gang would do, and then it was a whole mess. But at the same time, when it comes to the guns, why don't we just remove that? Why don't we just remove these things and put LSPD on the side? Would it be that difficult?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, it would? Okay. And then alternatively, you know, what have we got again? We've got shotguns and we've got SMGs, right?
Uh huh.
This, I think the emblem